What's up, everybody? Welcome to Florida Hood Blogs. Today we're going to look at the best 10 places for Latinos in the state of Florida. The state of Florida has so much Latino culture and heritage. Like what we're looking at here in Tampa, Ybor City is filled with Cuban history. In Miami, Little Havana, another district in Florida that is full of Latino heritage and history. In Orlando, Florida, Puerto Ricans make up over 50% of the Latino population. So who are Latinos and what do Latinos want from a place to live? Well, about 80% of Latinos in the U.S. are currently U.S. citizens. That's up from about 75% in the year of 2010. Latinos make up a large portion of the United States population, with over 36 million Mexicans, 5 million Puerto Ricans, 2 million Salvadorians, 2 million Cubans, 2 million Dominicans, and 1.5 million Guatemalans, and over 1 million Hondurans, and over 1 million Colombians. Latinos are a significant part of the U.S. population. Wait, did I say 2 many Dominicans? I meant 2 million Dominicans. I swear I did not do that on purpose. So what do Latinos want? What do Cubans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, what do we want from a place to live? Well, we want large metropolitan areas that are very good with the economy. Latinos are very transient in what we look for. We're willing to relocate to find better places to live. We're not stuck with one single small town. We like to move around. We like to follow the money. So places with strong economies are very attractive to Latinos. Cubans are the oldest group by age, and many of those Cubans are looking to relocate as they're looking into retirement. Puerto Ricans are moving into Orlando, and Puerto Ricans who have been in the Orlando area for a while are moving to more rural parts of Florida. Guatemalans and Dominicans are a new emerging group. They're growing in population. So with all these Latinos growing and moving around, it makes sense for us to make a video of the best places for Latinos to live. Now keep in mind, everything that is good is expensive. Rich people have the ability to buy the best things, so therefore some of the best places are most logically going to be some of the most expensive places. So we're not going to find too many affordable places in the list of best places to live for Latinos. While Tampa and Miami and Orlando offer the most population and the most opportunity in general, we're looking for areas for people to retire. We're looking for areas where you can start a new life if you're able to buy a home. So we're not just looking at where Latinos live. We're looking at areas where Latinos can prosper, where you can buy a home, and where you can have a really good future. So this list is not about where Latinos live. We're looking at things like low crime, high incomes, things to do. Latinos are not exactly into playing golf, so golf communities are not on the list. Latinos like being near the beach. Latinos like being near places where there's a lot of business. And Latinos are really attracted to growing areas. So areas with good growth, areas that are growing fast. Those are the types of places that Latinos are attracted to. And those are the things we looked at when making this list of the top 10 best places for Latinos to move to in Florida. Venezuelans are the most educated group, with about 55% having a college education, followed by Argentinians, who have a 43%, Spaniards at 36%, Colombians at 33%, Panamanians at 34%, Cubans at 27%. These are a lot of groups like these that are college educated. They're going to want to live in more affluent areas. And there's a few, if not more than a few, affluent areas that are attractive to Latinos. So enough said of statistics to give you guys an idea who Latinos are and what they want. Let's just look at the income and then we'll get right into this list. When it comes to incomes, Argentinians make up $68,000, Spaniards at 65, Peruvians at 61, Ecuadorians at 61, Nicaraguans at 59, Colombians at 58, Panamanians at 57, Venezuelans making 53,000, Salvadorians making 52,000, Cubans making 50,000, Mexicans making 49,000, Puerto Ricans making 44, and then Guatemalans, Dominicans, and Hondurans making less than $44,000 a year, and that gives you an idea of where they are on income. And that makes a huge difference because, like I said, the better things are always worth more money. And on this list, a lot of the towns that are best for Latinos are obviously going to be the more expensive locations. So like anything else, good things cost money. Therefore, some of the towns on this list are a little bit expensive. So if you're looking for an affordable area that's good, that gets a little bit tougher. It's not impossible, but it's not easy. So let's get into this list of the top 10 best places for Latinos to live in Florida. Did you know that Haitians are Latinos, but Spaniards are Hispanics? I know on this list they considered Spaniards as Latinos for the stats, but they're not. Number 10 is Pinecrest. This is south of Miami, and it is one of the wealthiest communities in Florida. Well, according to some lists, it is the wealthiest city in Florida. This area has low crime, but because it is so expensive, being the richest city in Florida by income, it is only number 10 on the list because not everybody can afford to live here. Not everyone can do that. Now, it is 47% Hispanic or Latino, and it is $128,000 is the average income to live here. So this is a very wealthy, very affluent area, and some of those Argentinians and Spaniards who can afford the best things with their money are going to want to live in a place like this. It is low on our list because I understand that this area is almost exclusively for the wealthy, not even the rich. Therefore, not everybody can afford it, but if you can afford it, this area is south of Miami, and it is very affluent. Beautiful gardening work. Most properties are well over $1 million. And with an income of almost $130,000 a year, nobody's selling churros or tacos or paletas around here, or horchata. Most people here are eating Argentinian steaks or Spanish steakhouses and stuff like that. Definitely for the more affluent. Number 9 is the Golden Gate Estates. If you're looking for a more affordable area to live, if you're a Latino, you want to have some land and be close to Naples and the beaches and all the shopping and things to do in Southwest Florida, the Golden Gate Estates is a very attractive area for many Latinos, especially Cubans and Colombians. At about 37% Latino, this area has a large Latino population. It also has Golden Gate City, which is a less attractive area to live, but being nearby, it gives you many businesses. There's Peruvian, Cuban, and many other Latino restaurants in Golden Gate City nearby. And the city of Naples also has a lot of Latino restaurants and businesses. This is a very attractive area for Latinos. You can buy a newer house for about $350,000. These houses are on at least 1 acre. You can find a house for as low as $280,000 and needs a little bit of work. And these properties are all sitting on at least 1 acre. One of the downsides of this community is that there are tensions between the local Americans and the Hispanics. So there are some racial tensions in the area, unfortunately, and that may be one of the downsides to Golden Gate Estates. However, it has a very good tropical climate, a lot of land, beautiful natural landscaped areas, and a lot of great Florida wildlife. So great place for Latinos. Number 8 on the list is the city of Cape Coral. The city of Cape Coral is an attractive area for Latinos to relocate. It is about 20% Latino. There's also a Pinoy population that is Filipino-born American. The city of Cape Coral has many canals. Housing is affordable as $150,000 for a decent home. If you're on a canal with water access to the Gulf, then you're looking at about $300,000. The houses are mostly new. The neighborhoods are good. The city has a low crime rate. The downtown district has many restaurants. There's several Latino restaurants. There's Cuban pizza places. There's great Mexican food. The area in general has a lot of diversity when it comes to businesses. The city of Cape Coral is not known as having a lot of crime rate. It is really a safe city with a lot of things to do. Unfortunately, it doesn't have its own beaches, but you're not too far from the beaches of Fort Myers Beach. You're also close to Sanibel and Captiva, so this may be a great area for a Latino looking to relocate to a safe place. It is not the best place for Latinos when it comes to being self-employed. The city of Cape Coral has a lot of restrictions on commercial vehicles parked on driveways. So if you're self-employed, this may not be the best place for you. But if you're retired or you depend on other types of businesses like retail or customer service, then the city of Cape Coral may be more fitted to you. But a lot of Latinos are attracted to construction, and therefore their construction vehicles will be violating the city codes. That's number 8, Cape Coral. But number 7 is Clearwater, Florida. Clearwater, Florida is not one of the most Latino cities in Florida. However, it has an increasing Latino population. Currently at about 17% is a low percentage of Latinos, but the city of Clearwater and the area around Clearwater is starting to become much more attractive to Latinos recently. Clearwater Beach is a very popular destination. Latinos are starting to move into Clearwater and into the area north of Tampa as well. These were areas that were much neglected with a high drug problem, and however, now Latinos are starting to move in. They're buying up the real estate all the way up US 19. This area was mostly white American, poor working class areas of a lot of drug addiction. Recently, Latinos are starting to take up those affordable properties, and what happens in Florida and a lot of places is once an area becomes really unattractive, Latinos really like to buy up affordable real estate. So when an area becomes unattractive, the real estate becomes unattractive, Latinos start to move in, buy up that real estate, and then that area slowly becomes a little bit better. So what's happening north of Clearwater is that Latinos are starting to move into areas of Pasco County. So Clearwater, Pinellas County, this whole area, Pasco, Pinellas, has started to become a more attractive area for Latinos. Some areas are a little bit rough still. Number 6 is University Park, a suburb west of Miami. This area is almost exclusively Latinos. The average income is $42,000 a year. However, they have FIU. The school is a great thing to have. It attracts a lot of young people. It's urban, but it's not hood. This is one of those places where there's a lot of great businesses. There's a lot of young people. We go there at night to hang out outside of Miami. Miami isn't the safest place around at night, but the southwest side of Miami around University Park, FIU, is a great area. So when we spend the day in Miami, we want to get some ice cream or something at the end of the night, we'll do it around University Park. It's a very safe area. It's not the most attractive area for a lot of people. It's predominantly a Latino area with many Cubans and Nicaraguans mostly. The area is a little bit expensive, but if you're able to afford it, you have teenage kids and you want them to go to school, you want to be near them, this is a great area with great shopping opportunities. The area has a lot of things to do if you like shopping, if you like restaurants. It's not the most affordable, like I said, when it comes to real estate, and you're not really getting bang for your buck when you're buying the real estate. But if you really want to be near the kids going to school, this may be the right area for you. And there's many other areas like West Miami. There's a lot of different suburbs here. Also the area of Kendall. If you want to live in a really heavily Latino area that's not exactly wealthy but not exactly poor, it's kind of like a middle class area. You don't really get a lot of bang for your buck, like I said, but it's an area where it's mostly predominantly Latino, and it's not a bad area at all. Number 6 on the list. Number 5 is the suburb of Weston. Weston is known as having a large Venezuelan population. This is a great suburb, palm trees, gated communities. Weston is 51% Hispanic, with Venezuelans making up a large percentage of that. It is a beautiful suburb, lots of shoppings, lots of things to do, good schools. Definitely for the bigger wallet. It's a great suburb, located as far west as you can in the Miami metropolitan area. So if you like to explore the Everglades, or you have family on the west coast of Florida, you want to be near that. This is a tropical suburb with gated communities, golf courses, country clubs, lakes, shopping, retail, some of the best restaurants, names that you're going to expect to find in any suburb. It's a beautiful suburb. The entire vicinity is beautiful. However, it comes with a price tag, and a lot of people want to live here because of how attractive and safe it is. So if you're looking for a very affluent Latino suburb, you're able to afford it, you have kids, you want to put them in good schools, then Weston is definitely the suburb for you. The area has really good traffic flow, so you're not going to be stuck in a traffic jam, and you're close to Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, and Miami, as well as Hialeah and Miami Lakes, so definitely a great location, and traffic isn't too heavy out here. Number 4 is Bonita Springs, Florida. Bonita Springs is a great little town. The historic district of Bonita Springs is located in the heart of the Latin community, so the historic district is part of the Latin community. Mostly Guatemalans and Mexicans make up the largest percentage of Latinos here. It is a great place to have a landscaping company or to work in construction. You are between Naples and Fort Myers, in an area that is great, amazing beaches. The city of Bonita Springs has its own beaches, and the beaches are not too far from the affordable area, so you can live in a really affordable area. Houses in Bonita Springs are going to be just under $300,000, and in the $300,000 to $400,000 range if you want to be within a gated community like a country club. Bonita Springs is a safe area, Crime has never been a concern. I live just south of Bonita Springs. The place has low crime. Crime is usually not a concern here. What residents like about Bonita Springs is park, beautiful historic district located in the Latino community. Also fishing and a lot of water, beaches. Bonita Springs is a great town, a great place for Mexicans and Guatemalans. Great little community, very safe, very nice. Awesome location. If you want something a little bit more affluent, just to the north is Estero. Number 3 on the list is St. Augustine, Florida. While Bonita Springs was 26% Latino, St. Augustine is only 6% Latino. It's not a predominantly Latino area. However, it is a very welcoming and warm place. So if you are a Latino but you don't want to live in a Latino area, there are few Latinos here. But there is a deep Hispanic culture, deep Hispanic roots in St. Augustine. El Castillo de San Marcos was built by the Spaniards. There's a lot of culture and heritage of the Latino and Hispanic origin in this area. So if you are a Hispanic or a Latino, you're going to feel welcome here, even though Latinos don't make up a large percentage of the local population. St. Augustine is a very welcoming and friendly community. St. Johns County, where it sits, has the second highest income in the state of Florida, and it is a fast-growing area with amazing beaches. These are things Latinos are very attracted to. Many of my Latino subscribers are very blunt about the fact that they don't want to live in a Latino community, even though they are Latino, because they have a prejudice against themselves. A lot of the communities on this list, like number 2, Coral Gables, will prove you wrong. Coral Gables is about 44% Latino. However, even though it has a very large Latino population, Coral Gables' income is $93,000 a year. That's a very wealthy area. You have great alternatives near FIU, like we mentioned earlier, like University Park to the southwest Miami area. But there are areas like Coral Gables that are very vastly Latino, and there's an increasing American population as well in this area of Miami because it's very safe, it's beautiful. There's great walking trails, nice shaded areas. You'll see people going for jogs. There's also country clubs here. So there are areas that are Latino that are very affluent, very safe, very nice, great shopping opportunities. Some of the most upscale shopping you're going to find is going to be in Coral Gables. So this notion that Latino communities have to be poor, have to be high crime, have to be undesirable areas is completely wrong. Number 2 on this list, Coral Gables, proves that Latino communities can have high income, can have low crime, and can be attractive to a wealthy crowd. And I think Coral Gables is going to continue to become better as it goes, as more families are attracted to the good qualities of this place. However, number 1 is Miami Springs. Miami Springs is located between Hialeah and Miami. If you need to be near the airport, this is one of the best communities for being near the airport. The entire area, the lots are large, they're well landscaped. Population density all around this little town is very high. However, here they were generous with the lot sizes, and the properties are very, very spacious. The incredibly well gardened, large banyan trees, huge tropical plants. The area is absolutely stunning from a landscaping point of view. In Miami and Hialeah, even unattractive looking properties are expensive, so these great properties in Miami Springs come with a price tag. However, it is a very quiet, low crime area, centrally located, with walking and jogging and biking trails. Also great fishing along the canals there. So if you like getting outdoors, it's a great place for families. The area of Miami Springs in general is right in the center of the Miami metropolitan area, and because it's a quiet area, you have access to a lot of main highways right in the central part of Miami, close to the airports. Like I said, the houses are a little bit older, but you know what? They keep their value because it's a very attractive area. $53,000 is the income here, and it's about 71% Latino or Hispanic, with easy access to Hialeah and many industrial centers. If you are a business owner and need international shipping or have any other type of international business, this may be a great place for you to live and be close to work. So if you can afford a great place to live, consider Miami Springs. If you want to be in Miami but you don't want to be in Miami, if you get what I'm saying. If you don't agree with my list, make your comments and recommendations. We can always update this list. These are the places that I think are great for Latinos, and it's just my personal opinion. If you don't agree, just comment. We can always make another list in the future.